Hello and hey, today we're messing around with golf with your friends. Today going to be another updated version of the Forest Classic Guide. This one should stick around for a while unless the unpopular changes that have been made are stuck forward. 4 days ago, this and every other guide was rendered obsolete, so we'll go ahead and start building up a base. Hole number 1, 2 power at these 2 pieces of wood, just left of which it's pretty specific. You'll see here we enter kind of the near side of the hole. We could have gone a little bit more to the left, make it a little smoother. Hole number 2, thankfully a lot of these straight holes do have the same exact shots. I like to go between the legs of R on the word power. Hole number 3, there's not too many points of reference to kind of find out here, but we want to go just about 2.5 power at this kind of exact spot. Maybe even a touch less power than this, or a touch more power than this. Either way, I'm kind of at a weird power right now. And with that, you see me kind of rim out of the hole there, but as long as you're close, it will go in some way in that bowl. Hole number 4, 2 power, straight ahead, waiting for the plank to kind of be in an upwards position when you let go, at least for my lag. Hole number 5, there's kind of a vertical piece that I'm pointing to right now. We want to pull back to just under 2 here. A good visual representation of that is less than 2 tiles ahead of you. And every single time we'll end up in this bowl. Very soft, very easy shot. Hole number 6, one of the least easy shots to kind of feel out on this entire course. You kind of just need to aim here at this power. There's not a whole lot I can really do to help you see what I see. I hate to be like that for a guide, however, that shot is just kind of specific. Hole number 7, there is a strangely light piece that I'm pointing at right now. We go just left of that, and we want to go 2.5 power, if not a tiny bit more. That's kind of an adapted version of the old shot. Hole number 8, there is a tiny vertical line that kind of stitches over the dark and light squares that you see me pointing at. We want to go just barely right on that line, kind of keeping it on there while going 3 3/4 power, and then obviously just release when you see an opening. Hole number 9, we want to go straight forward, kind of straddling the line at just over 2.5. I can't stress that enough. You want to go just over 2.5 because that allows us to kind of just get through, bounce very slowly off that back wall, and then into the bowl, as you see. Hole 10 will have quite a bit of time together here as we have to wait for this full cycle. There are 6 tiles up, and we want to go just left, like just enough to see a little bit of the dark square that my cursor is on at the far side of the 6, and just barely see enough of that and the intersection. That's like the worst possible way to describe it. However, we need to fill up a lot of time. Go 3.5 power, aiming right here, and you'll be just fine. Hole number 11, this one's again kind of hard to see. There's like 3 little dots here that my cursor just lines up with at the very, very end of the cursor. I just kind of match that up and go full power. Otherwise, you can go just right of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares in front of us. Hole 12, surprisingly got a little easier with the change. That's a welcome addition. I aim sort of into that corner on the right side of it. I can't really say other than that. You'll end up in vastly different spots depending on how well you're able to replicate this first shot. However, if you do end up over here, we're going to go basically exactly 3 power, if not a shade under, and aim just left of the log. Not like so that our right side is matching the left side of the log, but just a tiny bit touch left of that, and it is much easier than it used to be to get that in there. Hole 13, there is a kind of a weird light spot I will point at right now. And then just right of that are like a couple of dots. They're kind of indistinct, but we just want to go full power right here. And that gets us going. Kind of sad to lose the 3 power shot that's been there since the beginning, but a full power shot is not a bad way to go. Hole 14, this very well might still exist in some form of the old hole-in-one. However, I am going to forfeit to the course. If someone else wants to find it, I will be more than happy to give all credit in an updated video of this. However, we're going to go ahead and just go full power straight at that far trampoline, as you saw there, and then knock home the second shot. Hole 15, unfortunately much of the same because the way that the ball bounces angularly, I don't know why I said that, off of just walls now. We do need to come up with a new shot. Again, maybe possible. However, I just like to aim at the far side of that very far away light-colored piece of wood, just so we bounce off the very edge of that and come up here. It looks scary, but I haven't ended up in that bowl as long as you're, you know, consistent with where you like to place it. Unfortunately, another 2, but we're almost done. Hole 16, beyond the flag is kind of a thick tree. We want to go full power and just left of that tree. And we're going to wait for the sliding piece to be on the outside of the Y shape and starting to head towards the middle. Any point in time in there will give us more than enough time to clear and get down for that hole-in-one. Hole 17, almost home. There are these 6 kind of light pieces of wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be kind of obvious off in the distance on the log. In between the second and third, there is those black lines kind of just separating the planks of wood. We want to aim directly in between those two, the second and third ones from left to right. Full power, let it fly. And lastly, hole number 18, there's a little like drum or something at the base of this tree. I like to aim sort of towards the middle right of it, and we need to wait for the log on the saw to almost be off screen when we let go. If you hit that corner, you're going to be for a bad time, but also be ready after this hits you, because you're going to need to shoot almost every single time unless you hit it the absolute perfect speed. Angle, not speed, because speed never changes, but it does change off that back wall. So, we are back to a 22, which is the longest time Forrest had that. We got it down to 21, then 20, then 19, obviously, and then it was back up to 20, and stayed there for a long time, but we're apparently back to 22, and that's where it's going to stay for the foreseeable future, until someone really wants to go for that 14 or 15 hole strat that I think sadly is just gone. However, this sort of guide was brought to you by the people that on my post wanted to kind of see me keep going, remake the guides, go for that, so this one's for you. Don't know when the next one might come out. However, I'm glad to see that some people still are trying to learn about this. I want to know the cool new shots, so I'll be more than happy to keep doing that. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and be safe, guys.